You don't know me yet, so I understand that. But I know that we have had an amazing 3-day experience here. And so I want to thank everybody who was a part of the Mid-America Trucking Show. It's awesome. I've been coming for a while, been coming since my kids were small, and we climb on the trucks. And so I am grateful for the opportunity to be here. I'm glad that each of you are here on today. And I hope that today's theme is something that you can take with you no matter what industry you're in, no matter what lane you're in, whether you're someone's friend, whether you're supporting somebody. The things that we're talking about are going to be pertinent to trucking and the trucking industry, but they apply everywhere in life. Today's theme is using the power of your dreams to navigate change. I'll say that again. Today's theme is how do you use the power of your dream to navigate the landscape of change. Now, I am not going to come to you and tell you that you're going through changes. I have had an awesome time. We're down in booth 66068 on the West Wing. We're presenters and talking to people, talking about rates, talking to people about fluctuation. How many people here know what a Virginia switch is? Anybody? Does anybody here? Anybody in the back? Does anybody in the room know what a Virginia switch is? Oh my goodness. Nobody knows. Is there an old timer? I have a 911 on the east stage. Can anyone tell me what a Virginia switch is? No? Oh my goodness. You can. Hey! I got one person. Does anybody else know what a Virginia switch is? It's old. It's a kill switch on your brake lights. Yeah. Old timer back there. And so when the state trooper in Virginia rolled up on you, you hit that kill switch and you hit your brakes and nobody knew you hit your brakes. It's called a Virginia switch. Why do I talk about that? Because the old timers in trucking know what a Virginia switch is. You don't know because change happened. I promise you, I'm not going to spend my time explaining to you change. We can talk about electronic logs. We can talk about compliance. One of the things I have been studying is California's gig economy. Who heard about that law? A lot of people were protesting last year about they didn't want to lose the ability to be owner-operators. If you came by our booth, you would see a huge sign that says, "Are owner-operators going extinct?" That's the question. Are they going extinct? Is change coming? They're not. They're not. And I agree. I'm grateful for the lobbyists and the work that was done in California to make sure that that didn't happen. But with the same energy, and I agree with you. What's your name, dude? Daryl, I appreciate you for talking back to me. I like to talk. But one thing I can say is change, right? Change is here. So you don't need me to tell you that you need to be ready for change, right? You don't need that. So we're going to lay that premise. My name is Elizabeth Hendley. I'm the president of Move Transportation. I have a background of over 26 years in business administration, and I hate fluffy stuff. I hate dreams. I hate talking about visions. When it comes to business, because I have an MBA, I want to talk facts. I want to talk money. And what I've learned over these years is that to be successful in business, you got to do the fluffy stuff. Talk back to me. You got to do the fluffy stuff. Does anybody here run their own, whatever you call it? Whether you're an owner-operator, whether you have a fleet, whether you have a division. Can y'all give a what's up to my good best friend, Dr. Judy Poey back there? She's vice president, came down to help me today. She has to manage change. She has nothing to do with trucks. But in her job as a vice president, if I fall, just act like nothing happened. In her job as a vice president, she has to manage change. Am I right? I don't like change in business. I don't like fluffy stuff in business. But one thing I have learned, and that's what the content is today. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not going to cheer you on and give you some whoos and some rah-rah-rahs. We're giving content. Dr. Judy has passed out flyers and brochures for all of you. I want you to take them. We have about 16 because the Staples don't say nothing. But we have about 16. And I want you, that's homework. I'm giving you homework. It's fluffy stuff. You're not going to like it, but it's going to do something for you. How do I know? Like I said, I'm 25 years in business. So 18 years ago, I married a trucker. How about that? I married a trucker. Bless God. I married a trucker. And I found out that my skills in business and his skills in trucking made some awesome things happen. Now, like most owner-operators, when he got home at the end of the day, he wasn't doing anything. Not the dishes. He wasn't doing laundry. He wasn't doing marketing. He wasn't looking at his credit. Because as a business owner, you work in your business. And so what we're going to do today, I'm giving you a freebie, and I want you to pay attention. We're going to work on your business. Remember, I said I don't like fluffy stuff. I don't do dreams, but I learned in 26 years of business development, I have to. And so when I came and I said I want to bring something to the attendees at Matt's, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to provoke you. I'm going to get on your nerves today, and I don't mind, because I'm challenging you to take the next 45 minutes of our lives together and dream. Some of you used to dream. Some of you dream once in a while. Sometimes if you had a little bit of Bud Light, or you're having some pillow talk, you start to talk about your dreams. You start to share those inside ambitions, because it's not always safe to dream. And so what we're doing today, because this is critical to your business, you must understand the power of your dreams in order to navigate change. I told this side. I'm going to tell this side. Whether you're in business or not, you could be a mom. I'm a mom. You must understand the power of your dreams to navigate change. So like I told you, I married a trucker 18 years ago. We put our stuff together, all of our stuff, made some kids, amen, and found out that we had some good stuff in trucking. We were able to have, at our height of our business, 26 employees, making several million, valuation was high, getting government contracts, and I thought I had achieved everything I had worked 7 years for. We had a downtown office. I'm from South Bend, Indiana. We had accomplished our hopes, our dreams. At that time, there were 5 children living in the house. Come on, talk to me. We had mouths to feed. This is not fluffy stuff. We're talking about life. LIFE 101. And I felt like I had accomplished the pinnacle of what I had come to do. I was vice president of sales for Angels Wings Transportation. We were hot. We were speaking. We were on television. Everybody wanted us. When you have the bank, can I get you a pause? When you have the bank coming to you, trying to give you money, the bank went to go find, you know, like a guy picks up a girl and he'd be like, hey, is that your friend? And then they go get somebody who knows somebody to talk to you. The bank president went and got somebody who knew somebody to talk to us. He didn't wine and dine us, but he did cheese and cracker us. I'll take cheese and crackers. And they were insistent that what you're doing can make some big money. Right now you're making a couple million, but we want to put you in Wisconsin. We want to put 25 million, invest in you. I've got 5 investors right now outside the bank who want to grow your business. And I thought I had arrived. I thought I was living the life, using the power of your dreams to navigate change. I didn't know change was coming. Why? Well, what happened? Y'all know that money doesn't fix marriage problems. That's a freebie. Money doesn't fix problems. And so I found out, you know, I say I'm better and not bitter, so I'm not here to tell his story, but he thought he could afford 2 wives at that time. And that just wasn't going to work. So now I wrote the grants and I built the business, but because it was based on his disability, who owned the business? So at the end of the day, he got the business, I got the kids. I got a better deal. But I realized that after attaining and achieving what I thought was the pinnacle of my success, I, as an individual, had to navigate change. And the only way I could do it was in the power of my dreams. The only way I could do that was in the power of my dreams. Because now I'm a single mom with 5 kids. I've lost a multi-million-dollar business. I've got people betting on my failure. What's going to keep me going? How am I going to move? Every person in this room in the past 3 days has faced one challenge. You've gotten one phone call that made you say, ooh, bleep, didn't you? You've gotten one text that said, I'm not fitting to talk to you right now because you're not going to worry me down here at this trucking show. I'm going to deal with you when I get home. I'm not immune to the fact that life continues. We can't talk about your business and talk about your success without factoring in the fact that life continues. Now, I don't believe in plagiarizing. I did not pick myself up by my bootstraps. That's not this story. I did not, I just did better one day and I got up and I made my mind up that I was going to do better. We're here to give you tools, not motivation. I'm very animated. I like to talk to people. I've been running my mouth off down at that booth. I've been having the best time of my life talking to anybody who would talk to me. If it was just anybody, I was talking to everybody. It was great. But I'm not going to talk your ears off. I want to put tools in your hands. So I'm telling you my story. We're going to warm up to it. But before I get into it, I have the opportunity of having a business mentor who believed in me. Now, she's in transportation. It's awesome. She was one of the first African-American males. Let's see if I can use this clicker. One of the first African-American females. She's bad. Oh, there she is, Dr. Patty. Books are on Amazon about business. Had been the first African-American owner of a car rental franchise back in the 70s. And I worked with her. And I was done. I was ready to give up. A lot of the materials today that we're going to cover come from her publications. I currently work as a business development specialist with her organization, and I felt that the tools that she uses in her business development courses and her path to prosperity are beneficial to you. That's what you hold in your hands right now. And she believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And so today, my job is to believe in you just in case you don't believe you can do it. It's my job. My job for the next whatever minutes I have left is to keep speaking to you and to tell you that you can do it. I'm not going to stand up here and say, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. We're going to put tools in your hands. The same things that my mentor worked with me on, we're going to take a look at. That's my gift to you. You can take those home. For those of you who came by the booth at Move Transportation at 6606, let's see if I can do it again. Woo! For those of you, we're not there yet, don't worry. For those of you who came by the booth, I gave you a trucker's dream guide. If you didn't get it, stop by. I think we're here for 2 more hours. I gave you a trucker's dream guide, and that was important. In your hands, you hold a dream guide. It's not specifically detailed for trucking. It's neutral. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you are. There's power in writing down what your goals and visions are. Don't feel obligated to tell anybody. Not your spouse, not your mom, not your business partner right now. Don't feel obligated to tell anybody. Like I said, I hate fluffy stuff. I really do. I don't like it. But I found out through doing business, if you go to like Harvard Business Review, you'll find that this is what they're talking about. It shocks me. Even the biggest names in business are talking about how to ignite passion. They're talking about how to build grit. I'm from the Midwest. That's big in the Midwest. Grit in business schools. How do you get grit? You get grit by discovering and retaining your dreams. So the things that we're going to talk about today is that building your dreams. Let's talk about that because this is action. I'm not a motivator. I'm an equipper. I want to equip you. We're going to hit them hard, and leave them. Number one, building your dreams is like building a house. I love that analogy. She teach me over and over again. Building my dreams is like building a house. First thing you do, if you all have done construction, you know what you survey the land. You survey the territory. Sometimes you have a SWOT analysis. Sometimes you're looking at deficits. You're looking at things that you need to add to your life. Your life is not ready for your dreams. I'm going to tell you that so you won't feel bad. Your life is not ready for your dreams. You are not qualified for your dreams. I talk to you. I'm going to tell you so you don't think it's just them. You're absolutely not qualified, and it's okay. You're absolutely unqualified, and that's fine. That's not a problem because you can qualify yourself. You can make yourself ready, and that's why analysis is important. In the pages that Dr. Judy handed out, are opportunities for you to take a look at the quality of your life. And think about construction. Any dream you have, whether it's business, whether it's real estate, whether it's becoming a vice president of your corporation, any dream you have, you're gonna be the foundation. It's gonna rest on you. If you're chaotic, your business is gonna be chaotic. If you're late, your business is gonna be late. If you are afraid, your business will reflect your fear. If you're a poor organizer, your business will be unorganized. So yeah, it's not time for you to walk in your dreams, but it is time for you to begin building the foundation that is your business. In our city, a church had built an addition to their property. And they built the addition 4 times as big as their current property. And people laughed at them. They said, your church is little and you have no members. Why are you making a big foundation? The pastor replied, it's easy. I have big dreams. It took 20 years to finish that project. But because he had built the foundation, he could build that. Build a foundation for your dreams. Take time, whether it's education, whether it's training, whether it's financial preparation. Take time to prepare your life for your dreams. I'm serious. Take time. We have a saying says 1-800-BE-READY. 1-800-BE-READY. I've been pestering Chris and Adam to let me, I want to talk. I want to share with people. They had a slot. And they're like, well, we don't know if you can do it. I'm a little sketchy. We don't know who you are. The door opened up yesterday. 1-800-BE-READY, because I had made foundation, right? So what I do, I grab my makeup. 1-800-BE-READY. 1-800-BE-READY. That may not be your thing, but you're not going to know when opportunity comes. You're not going to know when someone's going to call you and say, hey, dude, I want to partner with you. Are you ready? It's not your responsibility to make your dream come true. It is your responsibility to be ready. You're the foundation. Resources. We're going to talk a little later. Can you all help me with time? Because I can talk all day. You can be a time man? He's the man. So how are we time-wise? Because I can go. How much time do I have? Till 3? How long can I go? Till 3? 3:15? Oh, good. We have time. I can walk this thing. Like the preacher, I'm only going to be 5 more minutes. That's not true. We're going to talk a bit about money. We're not going to do that right now. Your relationship to money. You got to get your money right. I don't care. We'll be reading a little bit later out of an excerpt of a book. As a matter of fact, I'll read it now. You got to get your money right. And you have to deal with your mentality about money. This is an excerpt from Dr. Patty's book. I love it so much. I'm going to read it to you. In the previous chapter, there's a reason why I'm reading it, because it's about me. That's why I'm reading it. It's somebody else's book, but they wrote about me in it. And I want you to hear this. We're talking about money mentality. A money mentality is not how much money you have in your account. A money mentality is how you think about money. Have you heard people say things like filthy rich? Could that mean that there's a subconscious resistance to wealth? How about we work hard for everything we get? I have to scrimp and scrape to save by. You need to assess your money management in your mind. One of the things that challenged me as a female was I always felt like the man was supposed to deal with the finances. Every time, they are not always equipped to deal with it. Sometimes it's racism or sexism, classism. You have to address what's going on in your mind, because your money is like your utilities. You could have a great house, but if your electric goes off, you will not be happy. Your kids, in about 2 minutes, will not be happy. You need 3 things to take a hot shower. Ask me how I know. Gas, water, and electricity. You have to have money in your life. Let's deal with it. Your dreams, no matter what they are, require finances. So here's a little story about me. Dr. Patty wrote it. It's bad. In the previous chapter, we looked at the role that money plays in your life and how balanced you can be regarding money. I once met a very talented woman. We'll call her Sharon, that's me. You wouldn't know it by looking at her. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. But she had helped 2 businesses surpass the $1 billion mark. She had also helped her former spouse establish a very successful, multi-million-dollar enterprise and enjoyed helping people with their business ideas. When I first met Sharon, she had been working a very low-paying job for several years to support her small children. I was honestly baffled at how such a talented person could be so financially challenged and deep in debt. One day, I discovered that Sharon, really it's Elizabeth, had a deep, terrible fear of money. This is on Amazon. You can go buy this if you wanted to. She has a deep, terrible fear of money. Her parents used to fight over money, and as an adult, her solution was to stay far away from money. Now, I could not succeed in business on my own till I addressed that fear. Like I said, someone else wrote this about me. In this chapter, we talk about another person who won't be named. He's a multimillionaire. He made millions every year, and he spent more than he made. Financial stability is not about how much you make. A lot of you run trucks. Trucking is good money. Handle your money. Manage your money. I've heard some of the older guys getting on these younger guys about these trucks they're buying. Y'all go out there, get the shiniest thing you can. See, I'll just tell you what they say. You can process it when you get home. It's not about looking wealthy. It's about building wealth. You've got to manage your money. So in those pages that you have are opportunities for you to quietly reflect, what is your money mindset? What is your money mindset? Right now, this is the stage where you're laying your foundation. This is the stage where you're taking assessment. This is the stage where you're correcting things that are wrong. So it's okay. But in order for you to navigate change, you have to address that. The second area is your personal environment. Now, if I lived on the coast of Florida, I want a waterfront property, yeah? Because the environment has water, and I want to build it to take advantage of my natural resources. If I lived in Colorado or in the Rockies, I want to have a building that takes advantage. One of the things you're going to process is, what is your environment in your life? Are there people who are speaking negatively to you? Are there people who are dream doubters? Being honest. Don't look at them, just, think about it. Take assessment. Doesn't mean you got to get rid of them, but you have to incubate yourself. As humans, we manage our environment. We have air conditioning in the summer. We have heat in the winter. You can manage your climate in your life. You don't have to get rid of your wife, please. Don't get rid of your wife. But manage the environment of your dreams. Not only do you want to minimize negativity, you need to maximize positivity. Our dreams are like babies. If you feed them, they grow. If you starve them, they die. What are you feeding your dreams? What are you feeding your dreams? The internet has so much stuff, so much quality content. I'm not going to talk names. There are so many people I respect. Feed your dreams. Oh, I will talk about one person. Truck and Hustle was here. I love Truck and Hustle. Truck and Hustle used to get on my nerves. If you don't know about Truck and Hustle, it's a podcast that highlights success that people have had in transportation. It was like crack. I watch Truck and Hustle all the time, and it started to bother me. You know why it bothered me? Because it started to make me think I could do it again. It started to make me think I could do it again. Start eating something that makes you think you can do it again. Turn off the negativity. Start eating something that makes you think you can do it again. Now, I'm trying to lose weight. Don't tell nobody. I'm trying to lose weight. And they got me in the gym. This girdle is doing good work right now. They have me in the gym. Why do I talk about that? Because you have to exercise your dreams. You have to take steps to get strong in your dreams. Remember, 1-800-BE-READY. 1-800-BE-READY. You have to exercise your dreams. Now, health scientists tell us that muscle is built by tears. When the muscle fabric is torn, then you build muscle. And so sometimes it's how you face your challenges. It's how you face disappointments. It's how you face layoffs. It's how you face miscarriages. It's how you face death. It's how you face divorce that is preparing you for victory. I'm not a motivator. This is life. And you've got to take it like that. When something happens, you got to say, okay, I'm building muscle. Man, getting down here to Mats, I'll tell you more about it later. Getting down here to Mats was hard. And I had to say, I'm building muscle. I'm building muscle. I'm building muscle. Change your mindset about how problems come, because they're coming to build your muscle. You have to exercise in your dreams. And the last one we talked about was analyze your building site. We hit that. If it's deficient or it's low in the area, do something. If you need education, get it. One of my favorite speakers, I like him so much, I named my firstborn son after him, Dr. Eric Thomas, an amazing, phenomenal, motivational speaker. And he started his career by teaching GED students. As a matter of fact, back in 1997, because me and Dr. Judy went to high school and college together, me and Dr. Judy ran his first conference. Back in 1997. All he did was teach high school students how to get a GED, dropouts, because he had been a dropout from Detroit and got a he got a GED. Right now he has a PhD. He's Dr. Eric Thomas. And he says it, I don't like education, I don't like reading, so I went and got a doctorate degree so I wouldn't have to do it again. I'm sorry, if E.T. can do it, because I know him, there's nobody in this room that can't do it. You can go Google him if you don't know him, Eric Thomas, go Google him. If he can do it, friend of mine, explain to me why you can't go back. Explain to me why you can't get that certification. I need a good answer. Somebody tell me why you can't. Tell me, because you can. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So that's number one. On those pages are questions to provoke you, to irritate you, to stir you up about your dreams. Keep on with my time check. Number two, begin with your dream. Actually, can you all, if you have a pamphlet, you might have to share with somebody. Hey, what's up? It's our neighbors. If you have a pamphlet, open it. Open it. I want you to look at that. It says begin with your dream. And I'm going to challenge you. I want you to write it out. I love computers. I love, equipment and stuff. I want you to get a pen or a pencil, and I want you to write what your dream is. Where do you see yourself in 1 year? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Remember I told you, I hate fluffy stuff. This is what they teach at Harvard now. This is what they teach at Harvard. I'm gonna keep it moving. Number two, what is your why? Okay, so back to my story. Remember I told you we had, it didn't work out, right? Me and the trucker, remember that? So we went to court because I didn't want to be wife number two. And he got the company, I got the kids. Yeah, I got 5 of them, all by myself. They're my why. They're my why. 4 boys and 1 girl. And we're gonna talk about disqualifying qualifiers in a minute. Who knows what the word qualifying means? Have you seen that? There you go. That bumper sticker that says I'm not speeding, I'm qualifying. Yeah, qualify simply means you can do it. You have the right to do it, right? Qualify. So if you're qualified for a loan, you can get the money. If you're qualified for grad school, you can go to grad school. Therefore, a disqualifier means you can't do it. In life, listen to me, we have qualifying disqualifiers. I'm gonna go there. Qualifying disqualifiers. A lot of your whys are problems. Disability, low education, bad credit. A lot of the reasons why you must pursue your dream is a negative. And that's why we call it a qualifying disqualifier. I don't know if you can read that, it's small. The reason you cannot do something is the reason you must do it. So I have 5 kids. I think that is a disqualifier. Yep. But my disqualifier is my qualifier because my 5 kids are the reason I gotta do it. My 5 kids are the reason I work 65 hours a week. They're teenagers, they're boys, and their feet grow like weeds. What's your why? It's nice to have a why to have a nice house. It's nice to have a why because you want to do better. I respect that. But sometimes our whys are because I'm going to go there because mom has cancer. That's why I got to do it. I'm going to go there. Sometimes your why is because you know that she's leaving you. And you got to get yourself ready financially. Whys can be ugly. My spouse went into business again because he had a disability. He had gotten hit by an overhead crane unloading a flatbed. His executive function had been destroyed, and he could no longer work as a company driver. His why was his disability. He had to start a business because he could not work a job. I want you to be honest about your whys. They don't have to be pretty. But let your whys become your fuel. Let your whys be your fuel. Because remember we talked about exercise? You're going to need some fuel to push you through the days ahead. You're going to need that. I'm not a motivator. I'm an equipper. This is what was given to me. When I wanted to fall out, when I wanted to just lay down, it was like, Elizabeth, you better get up. You better get up. You better keep going. You have those kids. I don't know your why, but I do not want you to let your why stop you. Let your why motivate you, even if it's bad. Even if it's bad. I want to go back. Last thing we have on there are imagination stirrers. I love imagination stirrers. I'm moving fast. Imagination stirrers. You got to stir up your creativity. And I know it's hard at 18-hour. I work 18-hour days all the time. You got to stir up your creativity. Oh, there's my neighbor. I was talking to Jim, and I was telling him, I'm picking on you. You be all right. Find something that gives you joy. Find something. Hopefully legal and not immoral. Scratch that. Hopefully what brings you joy is legal and not immoral. Hopefully it's not ice cream, because I got that problem too. It brings me joy. Find something that, I'm a classically trained pianist. I grew up playing the piano. So I have a hard time relaxing. I went and I signed up for piano lessons, and I bought a piano because it brings me joy. I get to play Chopin. I'm working on Prelude number 1 again, and working on my C scales because it's been 20 years and I can't remember them. But I found something that gives me joy. And when I'm working on my C scales and I'm practicing the voicing and the legato and the staccato, I'm a classical pianist, I love it. My mind is free to dream. I was talking to a lady down at our booth, and she was saying she had 30 years in retail. I don't know if she's here or not. 30 years in retail. Had gotten on the truck. She retired from retail, got on the truck with her husband. And she said, his dreams are different than my dreams, but I'm looking for answers. And I said, well, maybe there's something you can do that could merge your experience in retail with transportation. Let your creativity run free. We work hard. We celebrate the grind. And there's nothing wrong with grinding it out. But sometimes your most successful ideas, oh, there you are, hi. Sometimes your most successful ideas are gonna come when you're being creative. Let yourself be creative. On those pages those are my favorite exercises. I want you to go through those. Those are called creativity stirrers. Stir up your imagination. Ask why. Why can't I do this? Why can't I have this? Why does this work that way? Why does the FMCSA do that? You could be an answer to that. Why can't my truck do that? How come I can't have a bed in my truck that does this, that, or that? Your why can create something. Somebody had to ask why, and it created a computer. Somebody asked why, and it created a phone. So you don't know where your whys are going to lead you. Ask why. Allow yourself time to be creative. Treat it like work. Find out what brings you joy. Our last thing is, am I okay on the time? That's our last thing because we stopped. I want to see you next year. Why do I say that? I've talked to a lot of amazing people. For those of you who don't know, MATS is our business launch. So if you haven't been down to 66068, so I'm not just talking about it, I'm in it. It took me a lot of healing and a lot of time to realize that I have a passion for trucking and I was good at it. And it was time for me to embrace my fear and go back. I don't know what your fear is. I don't know what your challenge is. I met a lot of great people. A young man named Josh this morning, him and his dad. And he said, I I'm gonna have 20 trucks and a show truck in a couple of years. I wrote his name down because I want to see him again. Met a mother and a son who have started a brokerage. They said that they're not going to present this year, but next year they're going to have a booth at Matt's. Can I have a shameless plug? Get yourself a booth. Invest in your business. Pound for pound, being an exhibitor at Matt's was better for marketing than Facebook. I want you to hear it again. I'm shocked how many people I know in trucking who are not down here. They're busy on Facebook. They're busy on Instagram. They ought to be down here. This is the trucking show. Can I get a witness? Matt's is the #1 trucking show. If you are in trucking, here's your challenge. Where's my camera? Talk to me. If you're in trucking, you need to have a booth. This is ridiculous. I should not see you on YouTube talking about trucking. I should not see you on Instagram. Get a booth. Pound for pound, the best money you can spend on advertising. You can talk to people who are in the industry. This is our launch. If you don't know it, you're in the middle of history. We have dreams. So I'm not talking about it. I'm walking about it. I'm living mine. I'm out here. But I challenge you. You're going to see Move Transportation again. I'm going to see you again next year. But between this time and next year, let's take some steps. Let's take some steps. They may be baby steps. They may not be everything that you want to get done. This took 10 years. But be moving towards your dream. I thank you for coming out today. You all are awesome. I thank the Mid-America Trucking Show and the staff. You're awesome. Dudes in the back, thank you. And I love you all. And bye.